And a massive amount of drugs, guns, and money seized in a multi-state bust in Washington and Arizona. 27 people now indicted after a long investigation into connections between a white supremacist prison gang and Mexican cartels. Correspondent Nancy Loo is live. Nancy, this drug trafficking ring was under investigation for 2 years.
That's right, Nicole. It's quite a big bust. A blitz of arrests began over a week ago with 24 people taken into custody, and the search is on for 3 more. It follows an extensive investigation which uncovered what may be a growing partnership between the powerful Sinaloa cartel and a white supremacist prison gang known as the Aryan Family.
Officers seized an incredible amount of illegal drugs.
The haul included nearly 2 million doses of fentanyl, enough to kill everyone in Seattle and Tacoma, along with 500,000 more. These are most of the 27 indicted, with alleged links to the Aryan Family prison gang and Sinaloa cartel. They are arrested in Washington and Arizona after a sweep by federal and local law enforcement. Many of the defendants had already served time within the Washington correctional system, which is where the plotting allegedly started.
It was during those prison sentences that many of these defendants became connected with each other through their involvement in the Aryan Family prison gang and other gangs, all under the umbrella of white power and white supremacy.
The alleged leader is 39-year-old Jesse James Bailey of Steilacoom, Washington. He's accused of being a principal organizer, establishing ties between the Aryan Family and the Sinaloa cartel in order to distribute drugs throughout much of Washington state and Arizona. There are also links to Alaska and Nevada. During the operation, agents secretly seized drugs and equipment, leading to some reassurance about the integrity of their investigation.
The wiretap revealed that these gangsters believed that they were robbed by other people and did not know that they were being surveilled by law enforcement. They even had the audacity to report some of these seizures as thefts to law enforcement.
The operation also hauled in more than 200 firearms, most of them AR-style weapons, which authorities say were bound for Mexico in exchange for drugs. Greed and power are apparently driving more collaboration between white supremacists and cartels.
These criminal relationships are ruthless, calculating, and they do not care who they harm.
Now, the Washington DOC confirms to NewsNation that the wife of Jesse James Bailey is among those arrested in the sweep. Candace Bailey is a former corrections officer who resigned as authorities investigated her links to an inmate and the Aryan Family. Nicole?
Oh, wow. Yes, certainly an interesting case here, Nancy. Okay, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.